Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I want to talk about Nick Cannon and all of his children that he's having. Uh, I don't see the problem. I don't know why people so worried about it. I don't know why people think he got to be in a marriage. Actually, I don't even know. I don't even think people know what a marriage actually is, especially over here in the States. Um, Worldwide, but just mainly in the States. Uh, why do people feel like it's a bad thing that he's doing what was natural in nature? Um, he's supposed to have a lot of children. That's the point of, that's why you put here to populate the earth, live in nature, do natural things. But I don't see the point. I don't see why everybody want to bash him for having all these women talking about he bringing kids to broken homes. And first of all, all of the memes talking about, oh, at least he make the maternity photo shoot. That should tell you a lot right there if he's actually in the pictures. You think he just showed up at the blue and said, hey, let me get in the picture today? Like, nah. So, first of all, everybody know he got his first two kids, the twins, with Mariah, and then he had another kid with this woman. I don't know her name. I don't even know any of these women name outside of Mariah because she is the face that everybody knows. I think this lady name is Brittany, but hey, I didn't really like I ain't gonna say I didn't care about the women names to actually write them down and say their names in the video. I did, but the point really was about him, and I didn't want to make it about them, so to speak. But no disrespect to any of these women, but yeah. So I think her name is Brittany, but yeah. So he had two kids, the twins with Mariah, and then he turned around and had, I think maybe a year or two later, another kid with this lady here, Brittany, this woman here. Now, first of all, before everybody want to come at Nick, first of all, listen to what he said in the interview he did about relationships.
And I have an interesting philosophy.
So that's an interview he did where he was talking about this particular woman right here on how after his marriage, after he got a divorce, when he get in a relationship or when he start messing around with these women, he tell the women, "Hey, I'm not trying to be in that relationship. This is what I'm doing. This is what you either want to get with it or you don't." And not to say that's how he said it, but if more and more people actually thought like this, there would be a lot of relationships that last a lot longer. What happens is people get into relationships and they expect things out of people that they have not even talked about to begin with. Like, how can you be in a relationship with somebody and you start expecting all of these different things and you have never had a conversation with this person to see if they are even willing to do all of the things that you expect. And so then when your feelings is when you let down because your expectations were so high. Now it's all men are this, men are that, women are this, women are that. No, did you speak to this person about what you wanted out of a relationship and what you were looking for, what your goals were, did you even know what you wanted? Because you can say what you want to say about Nick. He have all these children, but I ain't never seen none of them fighting on on Instagram, on social media, going back and forth, talking about no child support, talking about the baby mama this. I don't like this woman. I don't like her. I ain't never seen them fight. So he doing something right. He setting some ground rules somewhere. That means all of these women knew what it was and they agreed to it. And obviously, he know how to pick the women to have children with. Because I have never seen any of the mother of his kids having an argument on the internet like I see with all these married couples and all of these other people who's supposedly together. Every other week, Erica Mena and Safari going into it and they married. But y'all don't call that, oh, you got your baby in a toxic house and your baby is a da-da-da. Like, come on now. Now they got 2 kids together. And all they do is fight on the internet. And how he talk about how he should never got married. All this different type of stuff. But then y'all want to come at Nick Cannon. What's the difference? At least his stuff is calm and these kids ain't looking at broken households that's faking to be together. A lot of y'all be traumatizing y'all children by staying in relationships together thinking, oh, we have to stay together for the kid, when really it's hurting the kid more that y'all together, because they all they seeing is negative, all they feeling is that negative energy that y'all carrying around. And y'all and parents feel like they can put on this facade, like kids don't see right through it. Kids see right through everything. So I don't understand why everybody so he needs to stop. He needs to stop. No, he need to keep going. That's the point of being on this earth plane. It's to have children. You're not supposed to be here and just be selfish and say, oh, I'm just here and I mean, you know, if you cannot have children, all this different type of stuff, that's different. But if you are willing to have children and you can take care of the children that you are having, what's the problem? Why is it such a negative thing around women or men having a lot of kids? When did that become a negative thing? He can take care of these kids and these kids' mothers. And the kids' mothers is not fighting. So I'm trying to find the negativity. What's negative about it?
Lie. I'm never gonna pretend that I'm something that I'm not. So
Right, yeah.
that's kind of where we
There
stand.
won't be any hair pulling or
So there it is. Nick done already told y'all. He let these women know what it is. And these women are okay with it. And that's not to say, oh, he messing with 2, 3, 4 women at a time. But if that's what he want to do, that's what he want to do. And I don't understand why people is making it such a big deal. For one, what I'm seeing, and this is the third mother of his children. Cause let's see, we had Mariah with 2. The other one had one that makes 3. Then she came back and had another that makes 4, and this one is 5. Yeah, so this is the maternity photo he had with his 5th child. But what I think the problem is a lot of people are stuck on this marriage thing. You need to be married. First of all, what I want a lot of y'all to do is go look at the origin of a marriage. And a lot of us, especially women, we grow up looking at these fairy tales. I'm glad I never was into those things, but let me get back on topic. We grow up looking at these fairy tales and Cinderella and all these different things that's not that's not natural. Like, I ain't gonna say it's not natural in nature, but it's not idealistic. It's not realistic. And a lot of times it's a fairy tale, and women will spend their whole life trying to have a fairy tale. Like, they would get married to a man just to say they married, or just because they're pregnant, or just, you know, it don't, like, first of all, when you love someone, you don't, what does marriage have to do with love? You can love somebody whether y'all married or not. To me, it's more important to have a partnership with somebody. A marriage is literally a contract with the government that says, hey, we're going to be together forever. That's all it is. And then once you go to the origin of where marriage came from, you may not want to be married. Because that's a Western thing. Research the origin of where marriage came from and why them men were marrying back in time. Because it wasn't for love. It definitely wasn't for love, because love and marriage is 2 different things. Marriage is a contract with the government that say we're gonna be together forever. That's why, for one, you gotta pay. For two, when you breach your contract, i.e., divorce, you have to pay because you breached the contract that said y'all was gonna be together forever. That's all it is. Everybody's so infatuated with, oh, I have to be married, and like a marriage doesn't show anything. It doesn't prove nothing. Because it's just as many toxic marriages and children, broken children coming from toxic households where the parents were married and stayed together for the kids, who have the same issues as the children who wasn't. And then it's kids who parents decided to separate, who was better off than the kids who grew up in a two-parent household. So I need people to get that fairy tale out their head that just because somebody is married, that mean have a two-parent household, that mean their household is some type of greater than a person who, oh, I'm gonna be at my dad's house this weekend and I can be at my mama's house for a few days, and like, it works. I would rather do that than to have children in the home where they can't even get out of to get fresh air and to get out of that negative energy because they can feel it. So, like, miss me with all that. He ain't married. He's having all these kids out of wedlock. Let that go. Let that go. And I guess these are like the Bible kind of people who, believe in that type of stuff. I'm just telling you this. Go look at the origin of marriage. See where it come from. Look at how that's a contract for the government. That's why you pay when you breach your contract. When you get a divorce, all of that good stuff. And then you need to reconstruct your thought process. Because a lot of people just want a ring on their finger. A lot of women just want a ring on their finger. A lot of these men don't even want to be married. They be pressured into being married. That's why when they get into marriage, everything start, the men be stressed out. They be, I don't know what to do. Like, oh my God. Why is it that y'all just can't focus on being partners? Just because you're in a marriage, you can get a trust, create a trust. You can put each other in your trust, because a trust is way greater than a will. You should look into that as well, because people think, oh, because you married somebody, it's like when you get married, this person just becomes, you just giving them the right to be your caregiver if something was to happen to you. But you can do the same thing without marriage with a trust. And the trust is more powerful than the will. First of all, you should be creating family trust anyway. That way, what's yours is really yours, and not the government's or somebody else outside of that. But that's a whole different story. But yeah, that's just for the part that, oh, if something was to happen, this person won't get this person won't. Yes, they will. Put it in the trust. That's why they create. That's why you create it. A lot of y'all in the trust and probably don't even know it. What you think the government got you in? But that's a different story. But yeah, leave Nick alone. Nick ain't doing nothing to nobody. Them kids ain't doing nothing. That's what they supposed to be here. Let's
Best of the best. Like, it's as simple as that.
Well, with Mariah,
exactly, Nick. Exactly. And I understand, his situation may be completely different from, other families where, the men feel like, oh, the women is using the money to get their nails done and go on trips and all this different type of stuff. Well, this is the thing. Men, from what I've been seeing about child support, you have a set rate that you pay every month. Now, what the women choose to do with it, if they choose not to take care of the kid with that, it's gonna come back and bite them in the butt. Cause a lot of the times, now you have the men that pay their set rate every month in child support, and then they come and give extra on top of that, and they say, "Well, you should never use the." Well, if you feel like the woman is not using the money for what she's supposed to be using it for, then only pay your set rate then. Only pay your set rate. Because if you would think about child support and the way life actually works, who's to say it's not a lot of things coming up that month that your child support do not pay for? So if you do half, whatever you say for instance, you pay $1,000 a month for child support, and then the mother matches that $1,000, so that's $2,000 a month for this child. Depending on what occurs in that month, that $2,000 may or may not be enough. What if they in sports? All that extracurricular gymnastics, football, basketball, track, going here, going there, all of these different things at school that you gotta pay for, uniforms and all of these different things, you may go over budget. Kids' health care, and they might, kids, they just wake up and do random things. They might decide to jump off something, break an arm or something. Now you gotta go do, pay for that. You never know. So each month is different. So a lot of men may get off easy when it comes to the financial side because you're paying a set rate. And you don't have to worry about the spur of the moment things that may happen, the things what we call life. But listen to what Nick said. It makes a lot of sense. Like, I think people make life so much harder than it has to be. All you have to do is communicate. And everybody don't got Nick money. I understand that. But have a conversation with the people that you are conceiving children with. And, conceive children with the right woman. And, y'all do work on yourselves before y'all bring children in the world. Then maybe it won't be that deep. I understand there is a such thing as bitter women, and they mad that the man moved on and they still want to be with the man, and they try to take the kids from the man and all that. Like, I understand all of those scenarios, but at the end of the day, we gotta learn how to start being more mature adults. If the man don't want you, he don't want you. Let him go. Cause even if you get him again, he still don't want you. So you still gonna be having problems. So what's the purpose of being with him? You want to just be in pain? If you want to be in pain every day, then that's when you need to go work on yourself. Self-love is the best love. And really damn near the only love. I'm not understanding. We got to start simplifying things, simplifying life. It's not that complicated. Communicate, be grown people. And that way you don't look at having a whole lot of kids as such a negative thing. This woman is, I think, the mother of his 6th and 7th child, because I believe she had twins. So you see Nick at all the photo shoots. He don't miss a thing. Nick don't miss a thing. As he should. He should be there. And you can say what you want to say about Nick. At least he is present in these children's lives. These children seem to be what we can see from the internet, because I don't know these children personally. In good spirits. They mind their business. You ain't got to worry about the mamas posting 30,000 pictures on the internet of their kid. And now, like, I don't even... Nick kid's probably one of the only celebrity children that I know of that I can think of off the top of my head that don't got an Instagram page. Like these days, these people be having kids, and the kid be kid be 20 minutes old with an Instagram page. Welcome to the world, y'all. I just got here. Something. Like, and then they be writing these captions under the pictures like the baby talking. The baby ain't said that. The baby don't even know they got an Instagram. These are the only one of the few celebrity kids I know that's able to live their life off of the internet. Y'all don't even know what these kids even look like, which is how it's supposed to be. Not posting a picture every day because y'all trying to monetize and make money off of your child. Because people like to do stuff for the gram, for social media. People don't know what privacy is and what communication is. And when folks are doing that, yeah, they want to, see it as a negative thing. And it's not. Y'all don't know what these people be talking about. The women ain't fighting, so obviously it ain't nothing wrong. Or at least they mature enough not to fight on social media. And these days, that's hard to find. Because every time you look up somebody fighting, especially these celebrities, I've never seen celebrities or, famous people are probably the only ones I know who get on the internet and fight every single day. I don't know nobody uncles and aunties and mamas and daddies that be on, like, I don't see nobody mama and daddy that be on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter atting each other and fighting every single day. Literally. That's what them known people do. They bring they stuff to the internet. Everybody be like, yo, this, yo, that. And you don't never see nobody else do that. Maybe a few of the younger generations might get on there and do it, but every single day? No. So Nick Cannon also, one of them girls, city girls, made a comment to Nick about wrapping it up. First of all, mind your business. But this is what he has to say.
Hurry up and wrap it up.
No, wrap it up as in
protect yourself.
Wrap it up and protect yourself. Like,
I'm having these kids on purpose.
Okay, so if you having them on purpose, then fuck what I'm saying.
No accident.
Okay, so if you having these kids on purpose, then it's nothing I can tell you about your life. Because I don't want nobody telling me shit. So just be the best you.
Talk your shit. What is it? Some advice for me? She told me have fun, but wrap it up. Trust me, there's a lot of people I could have got pregnant that I didn't.
Okay, but just have fun. Continue to have fun.
The ones that got pregnant are the ones that was supposed to get pregnant.
So that right there shows you. He know what he doing. He know exactly what he doing. So y'all need to get over it. If he have 3 more kids this year, oh well. Those are his kids that he has to take care of. Don't none of us have to come out of our pocket to pay for his children. He ain't on there starting no GoFundMe, help me raise my kid, help me raise my 4th kid this year. None of that. If it wasn't for them posting their little pictures on the ground, we wouldn't even know the man had kids. Because we don't know what nigga be doing. Nigga just be popping out with children. We're like, what? They together? What? Like, come on. You don't even know who the man be dating. And his dating record seems to be pretty long. Seems as if he have been with a lot of women around the world. So for him to only have 7 kids, meaning he have chosen who he wanted to impregnate. So to wrap all this up, I come here to say, leave Nick alone. Stop making it a negative, and not even just Nick. All of men and women that you know that's having a whole lot of kids, if they can take care of them, first of all, even if they can't take care of them, either way it go, mind your business. Like, it's not a negative thing for people to have multiple children. Just because, some choose to have 2 kids and that's enough, then more power to you. But if people want to have 10, 15, 16 children, let them be. Shoot, if you even go back in time, most of everybody grandmas and great-grandmas, grandfathers, great-grandfathers, had 5+ kids. You go back a few generations, you'll be like, I'm one of 16, I'm one of 15, I'm one of 17, I'm one of 10, one of 8. That is normal. That is what you here to do. You're put here to do what's natural in nature, to reproduce. Women are already born with the amount of kids they gonna have. You just need the man nowadays, because we ain't tapped in to why, spiritual essence and all of these things, to fertilize the egg. That's it. That don't mean you go and be what's the word I'm looking for? Just go fertilizing everybody's egg and having or letting everybody fertilize your eggs. Not being careful and not being, bringing kids into the world that you're not ready for mentally, spiritually, financially. That's a different story. But in Nick's case, he seems to have all that together. So we're going to leave Nick alone and stop talking about him like what he's doing is so horrible. And it's not. So leave Nick alone. And I'm out.